Hello, namaste everyone. Welcome to this video of a totally new topic that all of us talk about it, but we all have different concept of our discussion. So the topic is culture. Now, everyone we discuss this topic has his or her own definition or meaning of culture. We all know it is something nice and something that has an influence upon us, our behavior, our thinking, our valuation. So after so many years of hearing and learning from everyone, I have attempted to synthesize in an orderly way in the format of a chart like this. And I'm here to explain to you very briefly what the concept is. But before that, let me mention this, that the class I teach for children every week for last almost 10 years, I have discussed this topic with children and I believe they have understood it. We have talked about custom, tradition, culture, civilization. And sometimes we get confused that all of them are related but also similar. And based on what I have understood and studied, I have explained to children that there is a subtle but very significant difference between those concepts: custom, tradition, culture, and civilization. Now, in recent years, we have added one topic or title, that is soft power. Soft power influences people through our demeanor, behavior, and relationships. So that is also a diplomatic subject. There is a diplomacy involved. So for now I will not touch that subject, soft power, because we are not talking about power here. We are talking about our inner being and how that is expressed in the outer world. So that particular video that I have made on custom, tradition, culture, civilization, we will show a link at the end of this video and you can at your pleasure watch that. Now I will very succinctly go over various dimensions of culture and how I have attempted to synthesize it and put all of that together in a chart format. And at the end of this video, you will also see that chart that you can pause and view and copy as you wish. So, there are many dimensions of culture. And to begin with, there is an internal culture that we possess, we embody, and external expression of that cultural value. So, I have divided cultural dimensions into external appearance of culture and internal imbibement of culture, absorption. So external and internal. And our behavior, our actions, our relationships in the outer world, the external part, also indicates where this expression comes from, the inner culture, or external culture influences our inner being in a particular way. So, external dimension, internal dimension. In the external dimension, I have listed like education and knowledge, fine and performing arts, family values, human values, social values, yoga, meditation, mythology, and scriptures. Now, I will relate each one of these 7 categories into the internal influences these have on us. And it works both ways. Our inner being influences our external expressions, and our external expressions indicate what is within us. So it works both ways. So, education and knowledge, the inner aspect of that part of our culture that we value, is wisdom and intelligence. So culture in general is what we value as individual, as group, as family, society, and the whole world. So education and knowledge is the external aspect of that culture, and wisdom and intelligence is the internal part. Now, second one is fine arts and performing arts. That includes music, dance, drama, painting, sculpture, all those things that we exhibit and we perform. So fine and performing arts is the external expression of culture, and absorption and creativity is the inner element of that. Then the third is family values. How we live in family, how we treat one another, how our relationships are, how our connections and interdependence and mutual support, all that system is family values part of our culture. And family values are reflected in our inner being in form of emotional intelligence, how we relate to our emotions, how we express our emotions. Next is human values, how we deal with the entire population, entire society. We value, we respect, we honor each one's rights, and we also are aware of our responsibility. To rights and responsibilities go together, and how we value our social existence and our interconnections with other humans. And why only humans? Also animals and vegetation. So human values reflect our attitude, our value system toward global harmony or social harmony. Then we have yoga and meditation that we value very highly for our health benefits, for our mental condition, for our rest and relaxation, for concentration, contemplation, meditation, all of those. It deals with our mindset, our mental growth, as well as our spiritual well-being. So yoga and meditation is the external that we appear to do, and integrity and transcendence is the inner value system. So integrity, which means we are integral human beings, we are individual, we are not broken in parts. Our society is not broken in parts. There is a cohesion within society that we value. So integrity. Transcendence is our ability and our quest to move beyond wherever we are. We are in this state of health and mental capacity. We want to go beyond it. We want to transcend it. Having done that, we want to transcend further. So it's a continuous growth process in our well-being, both physical and mental. Finally, we have mythology, our stories, our folklores, um, fairy tales, all those things that we hear from our elders as children, and we continue to grow with them, the value system that they convey. And there are many ways of telling stories that I have also expressed in a few other videos on this channel. So mythology and scriptures, what we learn, how our scriptures are designed and how they are presented. Is this one book or hundreds of books or thousands of books? Or is it a set of rules and regulations? Or is it your freedom and your inducement to search for the truth and divinity and the fundamental principles of nature and creation? So, mythology and scriptures are our external expression of that. And our spiritual inner growth is the inner value system. So much for this. This was very succinct. I could have discussed in much more detail each of these, which I have been doing with various groups, with students, scholars, teachers, families, friends. But with all of you, I'm sharing in a succinct format, food for thought and contemplation. And at the end of this video, you will see this chart. So you can have a closer look at it and do what you please do. So thank you for listening and paying attention, and we'll meet again soon. Namaste from Dhananjay Kumar.